Now at 4:30, a man's body is found at a San Antonio shopping center. Why police believe he had been there for several days and what we know about the ongoing investigation. Plus, former Uvalde CISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo speaking out, what he said in his first interview since his indictment. And a terrorist plot against Taylor Swift foiled. We have a closer look at the events that were targeted. And good morning and thanks for joining us on this Thursday, August 8th. I'm Sarah Duran. It looks like it's going to be another hot day here in San Antonio. Temperatures peaking over 100 degrees. Maggie, I am not ready. What about you?
Yeah, I'm not ready for it, but you and I, we've got to get ready. And I want everyone at home to understand that this is a weather impact alert day issued by KENS 5. Why? Because a heat advisory is in place and we also have poor air quality today as well. So here's where we are right now, 79 degrees. Sarah was right. It's going to be just plain hot. You need plenty of water. Winds are fairly calm. Here's what you need to expect for your day. Heat index values really rising anywhere between 105 and 110 today. Because of that, we have a heat advisory in place through 8 p.m. I think that's going to last tomorrow too. A double whammy because once again, we have another air quality alert. If you have anyone that you know, or maybe yourself, if you have any pre-existing medical conditions like asthma, you need to practice extra caution outside. We'll have more on this a little bit later. Sarah.
Thank you so much, Maggie. We begin this morning with a deadly crash on the west side. Police say a man was killed by an SUV while crossing the street. Now, it happened after 1 o'clock this morning, and police say the man is in his 50s or 60s. That man was crossing Highway 90 when he was hit by a Suburban. The victim was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver did stop to render aid, and they are not expected to face any charges. And developing now, a man's body is found at a shopping center on the east side. Investigators say it appears to have been there for at least 10 days. Someone riding a Via bus spotted the man's body in the brush beneath a sign on Wednesday morning. This is video from the scene here, and it shows the street from the Ingram Transit Center not far from Ingram Park Mall. A makeshift shelter was found in the brush, leading officials to believe the man may have been homeless. For now, the medical examiner is working to determine a cause of death. Former Uvalde CISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo claiming he's been a scapegoat during an interview with CNN. This is the first time we are hearing from him since his indictment in the Robb Elementary School shooting.
Do you feel like you guys are being singled out, scapegoated?
Well, by all means, since the very beginning, sir. I've been scapegoated from the very beginning.
Arredondo is one of 2 officers charged after law enforcement waited 77 minutes to confront the gunman. In June, he was indicted on 10 counts of child endangerment, while the second officer faces many more counts. During the interview, Arredondo was asked by the journalists to watch body camera footage, and this was his response.
I'm sorry, but I'd rather not look at video clips, sir. I just don't. I just don't. I've kept myself from that. It's difficult for me to see that. These are my children too, and people don't understand that.
As for his failure to take lead in the situation, Arredondo now claims DPS should have set up an incident command post and taken control of the scene. Well, for the first time, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office is collecting evidence using a QR code. This is part of an investigation into a deadly shooting on the far west side that happened early Sunday morning. Deputies say a teen was shot and killed at a massive house party that took place in a vacant brand new home. Investigators are hoping people who were there will come forward and submit tips. KENS 5 reporter Megan Reyna explains how it all works.
Certainly, for various reasons, wanting to get these people behind bars sooner rather than later.
Sheriff Javier Salazar says his team is on the hunt for whoever shot and killed 17-year-old.
Now to an update this morning, the ousted chairman of a Bexar County board is sharing his side of the story. He's accused of using a derogatory term in a conversation about County Commissioner Rebecca Clay Flores.
I think some people may have heard things they wanted to hear rather than what was actually said.
Bexar County Commissioner's Court removed Chris Forbrick from the Small Minority and Women-Owned Business Enterprise Board. On July 10th, a committee member reported that he overheard the comment and reported it to Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai. Yesterday, Forbrick told KENS 5 it was a private conversation and that he wasn't given a chance to respond to the accusations.
There is no fair jurist that would accept hearsay as evidence. without giving someone the chance to respond. And that's what Judge Sakai did.
I took a position of no tolerance. I was not going to tolerate that type of language. I won't tolerate that type of language among our employees.
After the removal, Commissioner Clay Flores said, quote, "An appointee representing the county as well as employees shall conduct themselves professionally," end quote. Forbrick says he's now consulting with an attorney. And the time is now 7:50 on your Tuesday morning, and coming up, police need your help finding a woman who's been missing for almost a month. We'll tell you what we know now about Jeannie Chavez. And more than 21,000 children have attempted to cross the Texas-Mexico border since last October. How the Young Center of San Antonio is stepping up to help them in their time of need. And water shutoffs impacting hundreds of renters this summer. Why? Saul says it has to do with landlords not paying their bills.